Now I know what you're thinking. Star Wars Bevo, we just did that. Like, come on, man. There's not much more to talk about. Star Wars, cool, whatever. Yeah, sure. But there was an update, and it was kind of cool, I think. I don't know, I haven't tested it yet. That's why I'm making this video. And this is before I test it, because that's how these videos are made. But the big thing is they added the Imperial Shuttle and the X-Wing, but we already looked at that, so we're not going to go over that again. But they added animations to it, and there's sound, which is kind of cool because that wasn't a thing beforehand. So we're going to test it out and see if it's any good, and if it's worth anything. I don't know if it will be, but the game. Alright, so here's game. As I mentioned earlier, we have the Imperial Shuttle from Flight Sim Squadron. I got this mod, like I get all my mods from msfs addons.org. But it actually takes you to a different website, which is the Flight Sim Squadron guys. So, without further ado, let's pick a place, fly a place, and do a Imperial Shuttle in somewhere that's not cool looking at all because I don't want this video to lag. So, I'm going to keep it traditional, go back to Florence Regional. Now, I don't know if you can take off from the ground. That's going to be the first test. I didn't see anything that specified that you had to start in the air, and with the new animation stuff, I think it'll be okay, but no complete certainty. And while I'm thinking about it, sitting here, I want to see what the top speed of this is. 176 knots. Fuck, this thing's gonna be slow. That's a little disappointing, but whatever. Let's get on the ground. Okay, so I'm very dumb, and I didn't change any of the weather stuff, but that's no big deal. I can do that whenever. Okay, here's our little shuttle. It's sitting there. It's floating. That's cool. In itself, it doesn't seem to be lagging out, which is a plus. I guarantee you there's no cockpit because, well, why would there be? And yeah, so ready to fly, controllers plugged in. Okay. So there's kind of a cockpit, but not fully. First impressions here, the model's not really 10 out of 10. But I guess I can't complain too much about that. And I'm gonna have to scroll back a bit because this is a big bitch. So let's just take off, I guess. Okay, I was told there was gonna be sound. Oh, there is. It's really quiet. Okay. So I don't know what our speed is, doesn't matter. And take off. Oh, hey. Not bad. Now, in theory, what we can do is click the gear button and... Ooh, looky there. It did it. It did the thing. The wings folded down like a shuttle. That's kind of cool. At least I'm glad there are sounds. Like, I'm sounding really unenthusiastic about this, but it's kind of hype. I guess my big takeaway is it's not it's just not as impressive as I hoped it'd be because it's not that fast. But I mean, it flies well, and it does look pretty good. It does look pretty good for what it is. I mean, it definitely feels like some cookie cutter model, but I guess, and I've said this before in the Star Wars videos and stuff, is you get what you get, and you can't be too disappointed with it. And with the modding community, they did it, and I mean, they got an animation. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know how much that affects, though, and I wonder... Here's my curiosity. I've got a couple of them, but one of them is whether or not these wings that deploy down have like hitboxes, like are actual objects, or if they're straight up invisible. Because I know on the TIE Fighter, like the bottom half of the wings or whatever they are like technically invisible. So there's only one way to find out. You just gotta maybe slow down and clip the ground. I need to zoom out, and I can't. Okay. Maybe clip this building. Okay, they're 100% not objects. There we go. Oh, and botched it big time. Okay, well, we learned that, and I crashed the plane. Hold on, let me reset here. Alright, so we're back in the air. again, slap that gear down with the really loud animation. I don't know why the engine's so quiet. I think that's what throws me off. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's fine. I get it. I get why these wings wouldn't be objects, all that kind of thing. That's fine. I'm curious, though, in saying all of this, how landable this thing is. Because that could be kind of important if you're doing it. But before that, let's see maneuverability. I mean, we know it's slow as shit. Top speed of 176 knots, so it is what it is. It rotates like you'd expect. It rudders like you'd expect. You know, just weird and wonky and wobbly. But I mean, this pretty much flies like a Cessna. And with that being said... Oh, there are flaps on this. You can hear them. Let's see about landing this thing. Engine's cut down, flaps all the way, landing gears up. I'm coming in a little hot, but that's okay. Look at this. This is about to be a buttery smooth landing. Yeah, so you can land it. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Freaking talk about it being buttery smooth, and then I just get doo-doo. And we'll just take off again. Lift up those flaps. Wish the engine sound was a little louder. That's kind of my big gripe, I guess, at this point. Because listen to how loud the flaps are. I don't know. In post, we'll throw in some. I'll throw in some engine sounds, maybe. I'll give you a taste of it without it in the beginning, and then just randomly throw them on you. But yeah, I mean, I like the animation. That's a good plus. And they did the same thing for the X-Wing, which I'm not sure if it's the same model of X-Wing as we saw in the previous video. In all honesty, it just doesn't seem worth the time to upload it because it's the same concept as this. It just, woo, woo, you know, rotates animation, all that kind of thing, which is pretty cool. So you can't be fully 100% upset about this. So what do I rate it? I think I gave everything last time a 6 out of 10. And if I'm going by those standards, I'd have to give this a 7 out of 10. But I think I was being overly optimistic when I rated those ones. The Millennium Falcon, the TIE Fighter, and all that. So if I'm looking back on it now, I'd rate those a 5 out of 10 and this a 6 out of 10. So I subtract everything by 1. So I know today's video was a little bit short, but that's okay. We're just doing a quick look at a new mod, as is tradition. Overall, it's meh. I mean, not overly impressed by it, but I guess my bar for being impressed is kind of higher at this point because it's been a while that this game's been out. But you know, I'll take it. I can't be horribly upset by a mod that someone else made that was not made by a Sobo or whatever. Either way, that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe to let me know, and more videos to come. Thanks for watching.